Governments usually say something like this: don't worry, we're working for your own good. They talk about stability, growth, opportunity. It sounds nice, but when you look a little closer at history, you realize things aren't nearly that innocent. The truth is this: for centuries, governments have been using the same financial tricks over and over again. Names change, eras change, but the logic stays the same. The goal is usually the same too: put the burden on the broad population while concentrating power and wealth at the top. Take the simplest example: inflation. When a government can't cover its spending through taxes, it has two options. Either it openly says, "I'm raising taxes," or it slowly reduces the value of the currency. It doesn't feel dramatic, but everyone's money quietly starts buying less and less. You can see this very clearly in ancient Rome. The silver coin, called the denarius, was gradually debased by reducing its silver content. From the outside, it looked like the same coin, but the real value inside kept shrinking. What happened? Prices went up, savings disappeared, wages fell behind. No one was told, "We're taxing you," but everyone paid the price. The same thing happens today, only now it's central banks instead of mints. In the Middle Ages, the method was more blunt. Kings told wealthy merchants, "Lend money." This wasn't a request. Refusal meant fines, confiscation, even prison. On paper, these loans were framed as patriotic duty. In reality, they were often repaid late or not at all. The state got what it needed, and the merchant was left with no choice. Over time, the system became more refined. When the Bank of England was founded in 1694, the purpose was clear: raise money for war. Wealthy individuals lent money to the state and received interest in return. Safe, low-risk profits. But who paid that interest? Ordinary people through taxes on everyday goods like salt, beer, and cloth. One group earned safely while another carried the cost. The model worked so well that even today, government bonds are considered the safest investments in the world. In the modern era, the story hasn't changed much. Governments borrow and say it's for the people. Infrastructure, jobs, social support. It sounds good, but much of the money flows to large corporations, defense industries, and bailout programs. When the debt has to be repaid, taxes rise, social benefits are cut, or the currency is inflated away. Profits stay at the top, the burden moves downward. Think back to the 2008 financial crisis. Banks took huge risks, and when things went wrong, the system was on the verge of collapse. Governments stepped in with massive bailouts. Who paid? Everyone who pays taxes. Who was saved? The banks, many of which emerged even stronger than before. It was all explained as saving the system, but the outcome speaks for itself. Pension systems work in a similar way. People pay contributions for years believing they'll be secure in retirement, but in many countries that money isn't truly saved. It's spent immediately, replaced by a promise: we'll pay later. When populations age and the system comes under pressure, the solution is always the same: lower benefits, raise the retirement age, or quietly erode CDOI payouts through inflation. The common thread is this: everything is about perception. Inflation is called growth. Debt is called investment. Cuts are called reform. Bailouts are called stability. The words are soft, the consequences are harsh. In recent years, things have become even more complex. Terms like quantitative easing entered the conversation. Central banks injected trillions into markets. This stabilized the financial system. But who benefited the most? Those who already owned stocks, real estate, and assets. The average person was left dealing with higher prices and rising living costs. Governments also love complexity itself. Tax systems, budgets, financial products, so complicated that most people eventually say, "I don't understand this anyway," and give up. That works perfectly for them. You can't question what you can't see. Why does this matter? Because it's still happening. Inflation eats away at savings. Debt keeps growing. When crises hit, the same players are rescued again and again, and most people never realize this is a systemic pattern. History tells us one simple thing: the mechanism stays the same. Only the name changes. If you take one lesson from this, let it be this: don't focus on what's said, watch what actually happens. When a new policy is announced, ask, who benefits first? When inflation rises, know it isn't just bad luck. And above all, don't assume the system exists to protect you. Systems exist to protect themselves first. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but if you don't recognize it, you'll hit the same wall over and over again. What happened in Rome isn't as different from today as it seems. The real difference is whether you notice it or not.